Welcome back to Cool Fred's Beamer Tech. This is Cool Fred here back with another video. So today we got a 2015 BMW M4 at the shop, and the customer is complaining about they call it like a screeching noise, but it's actually a howling noise coming from the car. When you first cold start it, sometimes you may not hear it, but if you start it up, earlier I had to drive around to get it to happen. So I'm gonna just let it warm up a little bit. So I've already took the trim cover off of it. I've already got it to act up, but just want you guys to hear the noise. All right, let's see, will it do it? Let me see if I put it in drive. Sometimes if you put a load on the engine, it may do it. There it is right there. So that's the noise that it's making. So this one right here has got 64,000 miles on it, almost 65. And you can hear that howling noise coming from the engine area. It's not as loud right now, but it gets louder. You kind of hear it all like along the side of the car and when you get in the car. So while I was in the car and kind of like while driving, sometimes it kind of gets louder and louder. It kind of comes and goes, and as you kind of come to a stop, sometimes it may go away. So what that is the crankcase pressure valve inside the valve cover. All right, so as you can see, I got this thing pulled in the shop, and you can tell that noise is pretty loud, pretty obnoxious. So customers don't like hearing that noise. So we're gonna pop the hood and check it out. All right, so here we go. So I got this thing in the shop, and that noise is the crankcase vent valve that's under valve cover under here. So what it is a diaphragm is in there and it's ruptured and it's causing that noise. A lot of times you can get it to go away by cracking the oil cap, and it may go away for a little bit, and then it'll probably just slowly come back. So the only way to repair that is to replace the whole valve cover assembly, which that's what I'm about to do today on this car. All right, so I'm back over here on the M4. I'm just scanning it just to make sure there's no crazy faults in here, like any lean mixture or any mixture adaptation faults. So far it's good. And I was gonna start on it last night, getting it apart, but I had some other things I had to finish up, so I'm just now getting back on it. So I'm gonna take the valve cover out of it. So basically I've already looked at this prior to making this video, but I just wanted to make something on the cause of the howling noise that you hear when the crankcase vent valve inside the valve cover is defective. So I'm gonna start getting this apart, and I'll probably talk about a few things while it's apart, and then I'll show you guys which parts, which I have right here. So got a new valve cover, a crankcase heater pipe, and a Valvetronic motor seal. And we're also gonna be doing an oil change on here too. So, I'm gonna get this thing, get it going and get it apart. All right, so here we go right here. What I'm doing now is I'm taking the coolant out of the low temp cooling circuit, because that's what goes through the intercooler. So, because I gotta move the intercooler back or either take it out to get this valve cover off. So this engine right here is the S55. I know I didn't really mention much about it earlier, but this is the S55, which is very similar to the M55, but it's a lot more involved on the M3 than it would be a regular car that has a standard engine. So, all right, so that noise that we were hearing earlier, this is actually where it's coming from right here. So the crankcase vent valve is in this thing right here, but it's built into the valve cover. So there's a diaphragm in there. And a lot of times if you pop off this cap right here, this cap like this, it'll pop off. So if you were to pop off this cap and smoke test this, the only thing is, you see all the parts I got out of this thing, this cover right here covers that up so you can't see it. But if you were to smoke test it, you would see smoke trickling out of this little vent pipe there. And also, you'll hear that thing sucking. It will be sucking air through here while it's running at idle. So that's an indication that that's bad. All right, so I just got the intercooler out of here. So I got the intercooler sitting over here. And pretty much once you get all of this stuff right here out, this is what you end up with right here. So pretty much the main goal is once you get all that stuff out, the valve cover is pretty much accessible and ready to come off. But this is the S55, so it does have twin turbos. It's got two nice sized turbos on here for a factory engine. And another thing, so I'm just pointing out a few things that sets it apart from the regular N55. So it has a belt driven water pump versus a electric water pump. And then over here you can see you got two fuel feeds that's going to the fuel rail. That's because it has two high pressure pumps on here, so they're kind of buried up under there. You can barely see them. Might barely see them up under here just a little bit, but you got two high pressure pumps under there to deliver the fuel for the extra horsepower this thing has. All right, there we go. So that bad boy is out of there. So I just pretty much got to get all of this surface area cleaned up. So the new gasket seals good. Got a little dirt and dust to kind of vacuum out. So I normally get my vacuum, try to vacuum that stuff out of there so it doesn't fall down anywhere. And then I'll get all this cleaned up and get the new valve cover ready to go on there. But before I get it on there, I will show you guys the new parts that's going in this thing. I just got done cleaning everything up on the cylinder head, so all the surfaces and everything is good. All the little dust and dirt particles that were just kind of around there, got everything cleaned up. So the new gasket on the cover seal. So this right here is the new valve cover. This is the part that's going in. The valve cover does come with new gaskets. Comes with new screws. So this one is very similar to the M55 valve cover, but it is different. There's a lot of differences on there. Like this thing right here, there's several little minor differences. So these right here where the charge air pipes sit on there actually. So you can't just put a regular M55 valve cover here. You got to buy the right one for S55 for this M3. So whoever's interested, this is the part number right there to that valve cover, and this right here is the part number to this crankcase. This is like a crankcase heater pipe, so it's a heater in that area there, and this is going in that pipe right there. So, and it connects right there, so getting that in there. All right, so the car is back together, running and driving. So after a repair like that, I like to road test them about 5-6 miles, make sure everything is good. All right, so the car is running and driving good. That noise is gone. So so far I got about 3 miles on it, so I'm putting another 2 to 3 miles on it, and then I'm just gonna check under the hood, do my normal checks, make sure the coolant level is good. The only coolant I had to mess with was the one for the low temp cooling circuit. So that's where the for the intercooler. So for the intercooler system, I had to since I removed the intercooler, had to drain that coolant from that circuit there. So everything else is good. So these M cars, these are some pretty fun cars to drive. This right here is the F83, the 4 Series convertible. But I do like these series of cars. My favorite is probably the M3, which is the F80, the 4-door. That's more practical for somebody like me, but all these things have really good power, really good torque, all that good stuff. So it was a nice little rainstorm that occurred earlier today. So it was raining pretty bad, pouring down, but you know. So now things are, it's not drying up, but the rain has eased up. So it makes it a little bit easier to come out and drive it where it's not pouring down. So, but that's pretty much gonna be it for today. Just this is just video giving you some insight of, like, if you have that, if you have that particular noise in your car, that noise can occur on pretty much any, as far as the BMW goes, any of the ones who have that valve cover that's got the crankcase ventilation valve built into it, which is on several engines. So this is the S55. The M55 also has a similar valve cover, so they pretty much, they have that noise. And then some of the N52s with the plastic valve cover, and even on some of the 4-cylinders, the N20. So hope this video was helpful, and thank you guys for checking out Cool Fred's Beamer Tech. Catch you guys next video.